on our YouTube channel. So hang on, it's just setting it up. Okay, we are live. Yes. Is it channels? Hang on, it's just setting it up. Okay, so that got it. All right, let me just mute my. Okay. We are live. Hang on. Yes. Is it? Yeah, it's just setting it up. Okay. With that, let me welcome you to another session of DPC Live of DPC Poetry. We are live on YouTube. And today's session is the theme is ice cream, which was selected by Sarayu.
No,
and
no.
Gunika. Yeah, Gunika. Okay. And Sarayu is our host of the day too. So one of our younger members. So let's try to help her around as we go around the table, and Sarayu knows the rules. The general rules, of course, are that let Kirat join. Hi, Kirat. Okay, so the general rules which we have is put your mic on mute when you are not speaking or contributing. We go around the table, everybody gets a chance to recite their favorite poem, and use the chat box to show appreciation in the middle of the recital. Don't interrupt the performer. And after the performance is over, feel free to chip in. With that, let me hand over the mic to Sarayu. Sarayu, mic is yours.
So the theme is very exciting, and thank you, Gunika ji, for suggesting this theme. And that ice creams in winters evokes a lot of emotions in everybody. An apple a day keeps a doctor away, but I'm sure a bucket of ice cream or a cup of ice cream a day keeps all your tensions at bay, or keeps your pain away. So yeah, this toxic kind of relation with ice cream, it's addictive also, it's calorific also, but at the same time, it keeps all your problems away. And I'm sure everybody would be having some association or memories when we think about ice cream. And yeah, so with that, I'd like to ask, I think I have Gunika ji on screen. If you want to go first.
Yeah, it's okay. I have, give me a minute. I have written something. It's kind of a prose poetry followed by poem. So it's a khichdi of sorts, something different I've tried. It's about, again, like you said, memories, what we have about ice cream. So here goes. Summer holidays were always synonymous with ice cream, especially of the mango variety. The mango puree, cream, milk, and sugar would be churned in a double-walled wooden cask with a long handle, and it would become an engrossing task. The outer walls would be filled with salt and ice, and slowly the handle would get tighter by the minute as the milk and cream started to set. Everyone took turns to churn out this wonderful, simple dessert, which, by the way, was eaten as lunch. The simple pleasures of childhood. A trip to my grandparents' house was not complete without an ambassador ride to India Gate for quality ice cream, sold in carts along the dimly lit pavements. The chants of the ice cream wala mingling with the chants of the chana chor seller, walking through a host of soapy bubbles where children trying to catch them and lick their orange bars at the same time are still afresh in mind. Then, of course, came Narulas, changing the game with its Nutty Buddy, Love 21, and Banana Split. A late night drive to its outlet was the most exciting and happening thing to do on Sundays. And now we have Swiggy delivering a half melted cone at your doorstep to be put in your freezer by you, and then that deformed piece of sweetness is eaten with a napkin under it sitting on a dining table. Nah, ice creams are meant to be eaten in a cone, your own, on a spoon, in a cup, with a lick and a flick, and all of those with some stuff to your nose. Remember the childhood song? Ice cream, soda, sugar on the top. Tell me the name of your sweetheart. It still rings in my grown up mind whenever I think of ice cream. But it was never about who the sweetheart was. It was always about which flavor ice cream will I eat today. Thank you.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you for this large bucket of sweetness. And your poem was so relatable and so much of imagery. I could really imagine everything, you know, that mango puree and the wooden
That
thing,
wooden chart,
everything.
yes.
From nirulas to quality, I've experienced everything. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was lovely. That was lovely.
Very nice.
Okay.
Okay, now we have Omkarji. like to go?
Before Onkaji starts, we have Julian from Malaysia joining us. Hi, Julian. Hey. Nice to see you again, Julian. Long time. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Sarayu. Sorry.
Yeah, Omkarji. Do you have any poetry or do you?
Yeah. Actually, when I got the subject, I never thought of writing poems on ice cream. The idea never came to my mind. Then today, suddenly, I thought this is a subject on which I can write something. But let me tell you something, I write very simple because I'm incapable of writing anything complicated, number one. And number two, I write very small because I don't have patience for writing big poems. So what I have done on ice cream is just a few poems, each of 4-5 lines. So here I go. As I said, I write mostly in Hindi, so these are also in Hindi. मैंने पिघलने दिया जिंदगी को आइसक्रीम की तरह. मैंने पिघलने दिया जिंदगी को आइसक्रीम की तरह, पर मैं भूल गया कि आइसक्रीम नहीं है जिंदगी. मैंने पिघलने दिया जिंदगी को आइसक्रीम की तरह, पर मैं भूल गया कि आइसक्रीम नहीं है जिंदगी. दोबारा जम सकती है पिघली हुई आइसक्रीम. दोबारा जम सकती है पिघली हुई आइसक्रीम, पर ऐसा कोई फ्रीजर नहीं जिसमें फिर से जम जाए पिघली हुई जिंदगी. This is first. Second.
Hang on,
Beautiful.
Onkaji. That was wonderful.
Very deep.
Thank you.
Julian, did you get it? Were you able to use your online translators, or you want to have Onkar give you a rough sense? It's a beautiful poem.
Yeah, you can just proceed. It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
The second one is, तुम आइसक्रीम की तरह पिघलती रही, मैं गुलाब जामुन की तरह जमा रहा. We used to love ice cream गुलाब जामुन combination. तुम आइसक्रीम की तरह पिघलती रही, मैं गुलाब जामुन की तरह जमा रहा, फिर भी आराम से कट गई जिंदगी. तुम आइसक्रीम की तरह पिघलती रही, मैं गुलाब जामुन की तरह जमा रहा, फिर भी आराम से कट गई जिंदगी. साथ रहने के लिए जरूरी नहीं है दोनों का जमना, दोनों का पिघलना.
ब्यूटीफुल.
Thank you.
Very
सरल
nice.
शब्दों में आपने बहुत गहरी बात कह दी.
Thank you. And the third one is, इतनी देर नहीं चलती आइसक्रीम और जिंदगी. इतनी देर नहीं चलती आइसक्रीम और जिंदगी कि सामने रखी हो और हम सोचते रहें कि इसका करना क्या है.
That was a killer, yaar.
Okay, I read it again. इतनी देर नहीं चलती आइसक्रीम और जिंदगी कि सामने रखी हो और हम सोचते रहें कि इसका करना क्या है. The next one is, उसने मुझे आइसक्रीम दी, मैं रेसिपी पूछता रहा. उसने मुझे आइसक्रीम दी, मैं रेसिपी पूछता रहा. कितना बेवकूफ था मैं, कितना बेवकूफ था मैं, इतना भी नहीं सोचा कि रेसिपी नहीं पिघलती, आइसक्रीम पिघल जाती है.
Great going. Lovely.
Oh, yes.
Two more small ones.
Yes, yes. God.
हम दोनों ऐसे मिले जैसे आइसक्रीम के 2 स्कूप. हम दोनों ऐसे मिले जैसे आइसक्रीम के 2 स्कूप. अच्छा रहा मिलन, पर और अच्छा होता अगर मैं थोड़ा कम पिघलता, तुम थोड़ी ज्यादा. Okay, I read it again. हम दोनों ऐसे मिले जैसे आइसक्रीम के 2 स्कूप. अच्छा रहा मिलना, पर और अच्छा होता अगर मैं थोड़ा कम पिघलता, तुम थोड़ा ज्यादा. एंड द लास्ट वन इज, आइसक्रीम जैसी बनो, मीठी और मुलायम. आइसक्रीम जैसी बनो, मीठी और मुलायम, पर ऐसे भी मत बनो कि थोड़ी सी आंच लगे और पिघल जाओ. थैंक यू.
Wow, that's
Okay,
very
that
good.
was awesome, man.
कौन कहता है कि आप कवि नहीं है? इतने
Very nice,
छोटे
very
शब्दों में.
nice.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
Thank
You
you.
That's
know,
what patience नहीं है. इतना बड़ी बात कह गए आप, मतलब छोटे शब्दों में. Every poem, every
Yeah.
couplet was beautiful
Thank you.
and relatable. The die-hard romantics and the yesteryear romantics can relate to it.
Yeah, it is. You know, this is what I love about
Recipe पूछते
poetry.
रह गए and types. Very nice.
Very nice.
And the
This is
difference
what-
is gulab jamun and
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but-
And Onkar, now we have that gulab jamun thing now. Gulab jamun, new
Yes.
quality walls. Ice
oh
cream,
yeah, the flavor, yeah.
the flavor.
But it's, you know, this is what I love about poetry is you need not attack a subject head on.
Yeah,
But sometimes you have to do in prose, you know, or writing. You
Yeah.
have to, you can attack it at an angle and still get some lovely meaning to your words. It's that is something I love about the art of poetry writing, so to say. So who would have thought that a simple subject at ice cream can be related to your life in such the humble ice cream related to your life?
such a deep way, man. Such a deep way.
Yes. Can you repeat that, Omkarji, on the Zindagi and ice cream one? I think that is the one I really loved the most.
The first one,
No, I think it was the second one.
freezer.
Third.
Second one. Okay. तुम आइसक्रीम की तरह पिघलती रही. This one. Huh?
नहीं, no. जो जिंदगी और आइसक्रीम के ऊपर है. I think is the
Okay.
third one.
Okay. मैंने पिघलने दिया जिंदगी को आइसक्रीम की तरह. मैंने पिघलने दिया जिंदगी को आइसक्रीम की तरह, पर मैं भूल गया कि आइसक्रीम नहीं है जिंदगी. दोबारा जम सकती है पिघली हुई आइसक्रीम, पर ऐसा कोई फ्रीजर नहीं जिसमें फिर से जम जाए पिघली हुई जिंदगी.
Lovely. I mean,
Thank
that's the arrow of time. Lovely. Back to you, Sarai.
Okay. So now we have Jasbir ji on screen.
Ice cream, what a treat, melting and sweet. Vanilla, pralines, walnut, Once in your hand, whether you like it or you don't, it'll go. So without ado, enjoy its cool splendor. And remember, whether you pray to God or you don't, whether you squander your wealth or you don't, whether you help the needy or you don't, whether you believe in marriage or you don't, whether you believe in superstitions or you don't, whether you follow any religion or you don't, whether you invoke the evil or you don't, whether you believe in love or you don't, whether you believe in allopathic treatment or you don't, whether you believe in cleanliness or you don't, whether you believe in non-violence or you don't, whether you believe in overcoming obstacles or you don't, whether you clang bells or you don't, you will be dead and gone. So before you're done, heed the clarion call of the ice cream to all. Strive to be happy in life before it melts. Aren't we all like an ice cream after all? Thank you.
Very nice, man. Nice.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah. So there you go again. Huh?
I
Good
think there is some connect between our themes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
last line, Zindagi ice cream की तरह है. After all, we are like
Yeah.
ice creams.
Yeah.
So पिघलना तो है ही. So खुश रहो, like kind of, yeah. So,
Yeah. Who would have thought that ice cream can make you philosophize? That's right. So
and we love the sound of weather, this and that, the like combinations of words and the opposites placed together. Yeah, it was not ending. Whether this and that, whether this and that. So nice. The flow was very nice.
And where you didn't know what I was going to say, because when I read it out to someone, they said, what the hell? What have you written?
What's next? What's next?
Yeah, what's
नहीं हो रहा?
what rubbish? What have you written?
suspense was
Yeah.
killing me. Jasvi.
Yeah.
I thought it will end tamely, but it did not.
Hard hitting, you know.
I think it ended very, very well, very wisely. Yeah.
So now we have Julian Matthews from Malaysia.
Hey,
Hi,
Julian.
Julian. Hello.
I have a poem, but it references a lot of Malaysian news because it's written about 5 years ago. But maybe
Yeah,
you can relate.
You want to say it's about the elections again?
It's about ice cream, but it's also referencing a number of things that happened in Malaysia 5 years ago. But
Yeah.
I think you can relate. It's a bit long,
Okay.
but I'll read them anyway and see how it goes.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. It's called In My Malaysia. In my Malaysia, the ice cream man showed up in a three-wheeler, ting, 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 with enough space for us to hop on. And he'd give us kids a free ride even before we bought anything. Then we'd have Top 10 and Pineapple Delight and strawberry sandwiches and cornettos. Oh, we couldn't afford those because they were the most expensive and were only for special occasions. Everyone's favorite were those green ones that were suckable lime on the outside and soft, white, thick milk cream on the inside. You know it. We'd lick every stick. They were not made of plastic, but real wood. Then we'd wash those sticks and make it into art, stars and boats and frames and things we could glue together and hang on walls. In my Malaysia, the trees that sacrificed their lives to become sticks to hold delightful desserts were never wasted. In my Malaysia, we rode our chopper bicycles to the nearby sundry shops to buy onions for mom or scraped coconut for her curries. We rode to our neighbors, rustled up the gang, and go skipping stones at the nearby reservoir. We ran and stumbled and fell and cut ourselves and cried. We had the magic potion called Macricomb for cuts, or that purple genta liquid that stayed on our elbows and knees for days, and we'd show it off at school like tattoos. And to anyone who would ask, we'd relate our latest weekend scrapes. A tumble from a bicycle was a full-blown fight with giants and monsters. Oh, the stories we told. In my Malaysia, there would be juicy watermelons, jambu air, rambutan, cempedak, mangoes, bananas, durians, and pineapples, sometimes by the season, and sometimes all at once, like in a rojak. Yes, in my Malaysia, all the red fruits and yellow fruits would get along. We would crack it open, peel it, cut it, slice it, and march it all down our mouths and into our stomachs. There would be no protest from anyone except to have some more. In my Malaysia, we would dance to Elvis's Jailhouse Rock and Chuck Berry's Smash It, Johnny Be Good, not provocate with smashing beer bottles and be rude and crude. Hashtag not my ice cream man. In my Malaysia, the punishment would fit the crime. You would get the rotan, cane, when daddy knew it was time. But in my Malaysia, everyone knew 100 strokes is a way out of line. In my Malaysia, we would watch the Brady Bunch, the Waltons, Little House on the Prairie, and 8 is Enough, where the fathers were all, well, father figures. Mothers were mothers, and children always learned right from wrong. When we went to bed, we mimicked and called out, "Good night, John boy. Good night, Grandpa," in fake country twangs. Tonight, when the lights go out in some people's houses, there is real danger and hunger pangs. Kids on screens, WeChatting with men grooming them for rape, fathers who rape the underage, then marry them for a get-out-of-jail-free card. We read it off the page, but where is the outrage? In my Malaysia, we survive our pains and live to tell the tale. We were told to come home before dark, and we did that because, heck, we were afraid of it. And the ghosts and the Pontianak and the Orang Minyak oily man, at most we had our ears pulled for being late, our clothes soiled and causing mayhem, but no one died and got mowed down and killed because they were out cycling at 3 a.m. No one got gas tanks and burned down religious schools to exact revenge. In my Malaysia, when someone died, we'd visit the bereaved and share in their grief. We would hug and feed them and offer relief. Today we say deepest condolences in comments as shallow as can be. Click on a screen, type RIP, add crying face emoji. In my Malaysia, the sundry shop owner wrote my mother's bill in a book. He trusted her to pay every month, and there was no fear of absconding. When money was tight, there was understanding we'd eventually find our feet. Now even the chap fun, the rice guy expects you to pay before you eat. In my Malaysia, we never went hungry. We always had roofs over our heads. We were happy and lucky and happy-go-lucky. We looked out for each other and sang campfire tunes. Our childhoods were really like a lat cartoon. Yes, there were tears, but I don't recall all these fears and friction. Or maybe like most stories these days, it was all just fiction. Oh, I remember what they used to call those lime green ice creams. Jolly Lolly. Now they still have them, but they call them Split. That's a great metaphor for my Malaysia because the company that makes them is still called Walls. Thank you.
That
Very
was,
nice.
that
Beautiful.
was lovely, Julian. Yeah, it was really lovely. And yeah, that's how. I mean, that's how development also occurs. You know, Malaysia is more developed now, so there's a payment for that in more than one ways. Yeah, that was lovely, Julian. You did put in some Malay Bahasa words in there, but I think we understood them.
Pontianas and all, I think she has referred to.
Yes, yes.
What's her name?
Yeah, the ghost. Yeah, Julian, don't be afraid to put in your.
Swagata and all has given
You
her
just
some.
heard the word before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really loved the connection between the darkness of the room when the lights go off, and then you are talking about the darkness outside, So
Yes.
that was
Thank you. Yeah.
very serious, very poignant, beautiful.
Thank
poem.
you.
Thank you.
Before you joined, Julian, you were talking about anthology of this year, 2022, and Gunika is putting it together. So I've asked Esali in Malaysia to coordinate the Malaysian authors, poets. So she'll be contacting you for a contribution to the anthology. And this time we are having Esali will also be our art editor, creative editor, and we have hired out services of a professional designer to make the book, the poetry book, look good this time, the art and the poems. So, let's see how it goes.
Did you ever make it to Malaysia in the end? You never came this
No,
time?
I could not, but definitely in June or maybe in March I am, because there is a conference out there. In
Oh,
fact, right. In fact, next Thursday it's online, but I will be. Petronas has hired our services for a conference on energy transition. So I am the technical end of the stick, and and next Thursday I'll be addressing for a very short time all the energy ministers of ASEAN, including CEO of Petronas and the energy minister of Malaysia. I don't know if they're able to come or not, because the elections are on the corner, right? They're on
the next week, next
next
Saturday.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is what I was warning people. Be
Yeah.
careful. Anyway, so I definitely hope to make it in 2023 to Malaysia. And at the end of the year, in November, we definitely the Penang Lit Fest, which I cannot come this year, but definitely next year is definitely on. So do join us if you want to make a quick trip to Penang. There is a guy in our readers book club called Joe, who him and me are big fans of Tan Tuan Eng's and the Gift of Rain, and then that's all set around Penang. So we want to do the Gift of Rain tour also. Check up all the
Yeah.
places which are in the book.
Brilliant. Yeah.
With that, back to Sarayu. Sorry for the asides out here. Sarayu, you're on mute.
Do you have any points before the host recites?
I got a.
Do you have something for the
Right.
day?
So I'll break from the tradition and recite somebody else's poems.
And I think we are finishing it early, so we then might as well have a second round.
Yeah. If people want to do a second round, why not? So this one's. I picked up the book Simon Armitage Selected Poems when I visited the library a couple of weeks ago. He's my favorite poet. So I'm going through the book slowly, but here are a couple of ones I'm happy to share with. Okay, just doing some. And this one's titled Poem. Frank O'Hara was open on his desk, but I went straight for the directory. Nick was out, Joey was engaged, Jim was just making coffee. And why didn't I come over? I had Astrud Gilberto singing Bim Bom on my Sony Walkman, and the sun was drying the damp slates on the rooftops. I walked in without ringing. And he still wasn't dressed or shaved when we topped up the coffee with his old man's scotch. It was only 10:30, but what the hell? And took the newspapers onto the porch. Talking heads were on the radio. I was just about to mention the football when he said, "Look, will you help me clear her wardrobe out?" I repeat, "Look, Will you help me clear her wardrobe out? I said, sure, Jim, anything. Thank you. So that's, I really love the poem where it sort of mentions all the usual things we do till at the end, and you can't make out whether that that person is her mother, her lover, whether she has died or she has moved out, or it is that suspense in the air which the last line leaves you with it. Sarayu, if you don't mind, I'll do another one.
Yes.
And this one's I was really happy to see this one because some of you know I ended up with a broken ankle, which took about 3 months to heal. So here is a one which I think Simon Armitage also went through a similar experience, and here's his take on the broken fibula, which I also had a similar broken ankle. And you held up the X-ray like an Oscar, the green light, the all clear, that bravo from the night porter sending you foxtrotting into the gift shop. Whiskey for Victor, golf box for Charlie, some bloody tour, the Seychelles, India, and Quebec. The Hotel Sarah for Pete's sake. And hadn't you dreamt it? That runaway Alfa Romeo, the slow crunch, all the sweetness of life dissolving like sugar in hot tea when you cupped half-heartedly, saying it all in terms of swan songs and curtain calls. But no, you were A1. Okay, no pot needed, no kilo of plaster to anchor you down. So you framed that negative, the two elegant bones, the fibula and its friend, like dance partners, the thumbs up, and your inhaled yes rushing off through the wards like a rumor, its echo bouncing back to confirm it. Clearly, you could see the comeback. London, November, the Papa Lima Club, no feedback in the mic, the new troupe in New York, Yankee Duds. Uniform then peeling to a diamond, a delta into which you strut, the tango number with Juliet cup, a cap and cane, a knockout. Lastly, the exit, the bitches gather on the balcony like Zulus as you execute the double cartwheel onto the wings, over and over and over, and out. Thank you. And this is the story of him recovering, and it sort of resounded and echoed with me so well
Very
after
nice.
I got back on my feet.
Yeah, nice,
Turning
very nice.
cartwheels if I could. Thank you. Back to you, Sarayu.
Before going for a second round, I'll decide. I've written this, but I have not titled this. Untitled. Ice cold comfort while my wounds burn. Surrealism in my almost choked neck. A sweet peck, soothing everywhere. This cold, different from the coldness around. My freedom newfound. Titillating, elating like my buried desires. Birthed to go into the grave. This cold comfort, more than the love I crave. A validation to the horror I breathe. Every night, for days, for years. Numbness deep, no fears, no tears. This sweetness in all things acrid. This moisture in all things arid is the only solace, my happy space. You bucket of addictive toxicity can't leave either of the two.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice, very nice. Selection of words is very good.
Yeah.
Did you understand what I was writing about?
Please explain.
नहीं
या थोड़ा बहुत मजा आएगा, come on.
नहीं
Let's, because
नहीं, थोड़ा
maybe
आपसे सुन लूं फिर मैं बताती हूँ.
नहीं, come on, let's hear.
Talking about yeah, dark poems nahi likha last time, you were like, so I had to go into some darkness. It's about a woman who is victim of abuse at her home and is used to it now, so used to it for years, and but this relationship which she shares with ice cream, she's talking about that. So and she cannot leave, ho jata hai na, like a lot of women are not able to leave their toxic husbands and partners or whatever. So ऐसे हो जाता है, वो तो इतना हो गया, सह लिया है कि आंसू सूख गए हैं, tears have dried and the pain is numb and it's been happening for years. But this thing which I share with the ice cream every night, which I have this bucket of ice cream, that sweetness, you know, that soothes everything, even if it's for a few minutes. So it, you know, soothes all the senses. So yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's deep
Very
and
nice.
sad.
I'm happy right now.
Yeah, no, it's a poem, you know, it's like when you hear something like that, you do feel that it happens, you know, it's there in the world, which we don't generally pick up on and talk about. So when it comes down to this, everyone has their own idea of solace, you know, so people
Yes.
find solace in different things, like you spoke about finding solace in ice cream. So it's just one of those things.
Mhm. And I think a lot of people in depression also, like a lot
Yes.
of them have ice creams and
Yes, yes, yes,
chocolates, ice cream, whatever.
definitely. Nice.
Nice try. Lovely.
And like I'm of the old school. If I'm really depressed, I have chawal dal.
नहीं, मेरे को राजमा चावल खिला दो.
Swear.
Yeah. So in 2020, COVID after effects, I used to really go into that shell and really, you know, had to internalize the situations to write. So, but now I think I'm able to separate my subject with my persona or personality. I'm able to separate both of them. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very good. At such a young age, you can do that. Wow.
Thanks to my course too. So I've been doing it. I'm almost finishing my course in dance movement therapy. So it's actually, it has changed me as a person. Like, you know, keeping your person self separate and professional self.
Next.
So can we go for a second round?
Unless Kirat has something to add. Kirat,
You have something to add? Or say,
Not really. Not really.
or read some poem, somebody's.
No, I have come unprepared. I'm just
get
a
some.
good spectator.
Yeah, that's all right. We welcome.
We all need listeners to know. It's about it's a group of poetry lovers and somebody to encourage an audience.
Yes.
As I said, we are not necessarily all poets, so but a lot of people are reading their own poetry out here, which is fine. But if you want to read out somebody else's poem, that's fine too. Chalo. Okay. Sarayu, back to you.
Or somebody.
You want to do seconds? If anybody wants to do seconds.
Yeah, so I wrote a Hindi poem, and it's not about ice cream, but just some kind of thoughts. So just speak it out for you. इस बार जाड़ा कुछ जल्दी आ गया है. सुबह सुबह हवा में एक कंपन सी है. पहाड़ों में बर्फ गिरने लगी है. लोग कह रहे हैं ठंड ज्यादा होगी, मगर मेरे दिल के पहाड़ों पर पिछली बार की बर्फ भी नहीं पिघली. वो सफेद मुलायम बर्फ पे पड़े उसके पैरों के निशान अब भी हैं, उतने ही गहरे जैसी उसकी खामोशी। जब ठंडी हवा से हाथ पैर पहले दर्द करते हैं, फिर सुन हो जाते हैं ना, वो दर्द मुझे पसंद है। इससे बाकी तमाम दर्द महत्वहीन हो जाते हैं और वो मीठा दर्द मेरी जिंदगी का अब हिस्सा बन चुके हैं। बदन की कंपन तो स्वेटर से मिट जाती है, मगर रूह की कंपकपाहट को कौन सेका देगा। ये ठंड मुझे हकीकत का एहसास दिलाती रहती है, मेरे धैर्य की, मेरी मजबूती की, जो हर वक्त इससे जूझने पर भी मुस्कुराती हूँ बस अपने लिए। थैंक यू।
Very nice. Very nice.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Very nice. That was as usual, pure Gunika. You can say. You can
Yeah, again,
smell
kind of a dark, depressing kind of a poem.
Well, I wouldn't
But
call it depressing. I think
no,
it's
it's not.
called
But
life. It's called life.
maybe realizing your self-worth, your strength, something of that sort.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it's different. Some poems are uplifting. Some poems, give a different feel to it. But I think that's what poetry is all about. It's about your life. It's about how you see world, how you see the life. So.
And sometimes it's not about you. It's your perception of something else. It's not always necessary that you're writing something because you have felt it. It can be through somebody else's perspective also.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think that is what has happened to our DPC club is that all of us have grown as poets. So I remember, the easy thing is to write about love, about yourself. And
exactly.
Like now, if you look at the poems being presented by they are, the themes are intangible, It's not about you. It's about the world. So
and people, coming out with the content for poems with those really different kind of themes and relating it to probably life or rhyming. It's like it's growth. I feel it's really growth.
Yes, it's really growth. I think I never thought ice cream, a humble topic like ice cream. I was slightly wary that one should not,
It was just one-off thing. I just wrote it. Okay, ice cream. And it's okay, wow, ice cream. I said, really, what are we going to do with ice cream?
But look what we have done with ice cream.
Actually.
Oh man, brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट ही हो गया। पहले वुड्स होने वाला था, अब रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट हो चुका है आइसक्रीम के साथ। तो थैंक यू फॉर दैट like topic. Yeah, I think would have been a bit heavy, complicated maybe. But ice cream, itna easy word है, such a simple word.
Heard, children's rhymes with ice cream kind of thing. So relating it to life, like Omkar ji gave such a wonderful perspective to it. So really nice.
If you can post one of your poems on the group, I think that will be nice. One of the Sarayu, back to you. If anybody else wants to chip in. Julia?
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to say something about the ice cream thing there. When you go abroad, you have these trucks coming out in the summer and children run out to buy. And it has the same tune. It has the same jingle. And it's so beautiful, I can't tell you. I mean, I don't know. We haven't seen that in India, of course. So I just have the lyrics. It's a song by Caswell. Meet me at the ice cream truck. There's a truck that goes by and it has a tune and it has all kinds of ice cream, and you have kids dragging out their parents or whoever outside, and it's really cute. So it says, meet me at the ice cream truck. I'll buy you an ice cream. I'll whip out my drumstick that will make your eyes gleam. Lick it up quick before it melts on the floor. I got it. And then again, it says, I can test out my luck. You can play on my team. Let's do the banana split on the dance floor. Got it? Then, of course, it's like I met him at the schoolyard around 2:45. We went out for cheeseburgers with extra cheese. I got my French fries, crispy ketchup on the side. And when it comes to dessert, this is how I ride. I said, meet me at the ice cream truck. I'll buy you an ice cream, etc. It goes on like that. It's a beautiful, I mean, if you hear the lyrics, it is so catchy that you just end up at least singing along with it. So
That's so cute.
Yeah. So Jasbir ji, are you buying me ice creams?
Yes. Come to India Gate.
Let's plan. Let's plan.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, I guess ice creams are due for the next in-person meetup at the end of the month. So whoever comes gets an ice cream, yeah, at the cafe. Will do.
Also have a meetup near the India Gate. That's also
Well,
nice.
this one is still at British Council till we get enough people interested. Right now, we're
Okay.
getting a very small crowd.
Yeah.
But yes, sure. Yeah, but Julian had something. Julian, did you have something?
Yeah, I just Googled ice cream in my set of poems, and I have something here.
Right, sure. Go on.
This is called Hard Things. You ask whether I want toast again. I say no. I don't like hard things anymore. I guess, like toast. I prefer it untoasted, plain, maybe take the edges off like the sandwiches mom used to pack for school. I don't like frozen ice cream either. I prefer it melted. If you wait a while, it will. Time does that. Not completely, but just soft enough you can twirl it around in a spoon and lick it. I guess I'm getting mellower. I don't care for guard dogs either barking or acting tough with strangers at the door, like all these security matters. Maybe I should get a cat, a soft underbelly to tickle, so the gnashing and cursing can fade away. But cats have their own minds too, don't they? I no longer shout or get angry or break things. And that's a good thing. You learn to rein in your temper, not lose it as you mature. The whining does get better with age. All the pent-upness has now been uncorked, so you stretch and aerate, soften the flavors, take time to breathe. I want things to be soft again, or at least softer, like this love for you, which has grown cold as concrete walls that close in the floors that bite the roof, pressing down tight. We are in a hard box, and I want to open a window and let the air in. And remember again when the edges were softer, or at least when the center was malleable and held things together on its own, not needing to be toasted or frozen. We need to let go of these hard things before it all melts away. End poem. Thank you.
Very
That was so
nice.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Such a
Best
beautiful
poems
poem.
I've heard till date.
very nice.
That was
The poem of the day. The poem.
Exactly.
lovely poem.
Yes. Lovely poem, so relatable.
Yes.
How experiences and with experience and time, how it shapes us, how we become softer. And, yeah. We react to the same things, but then differently. Yeah.
Lovely.
Every word was a pleasure to the ears.
So you wrote this, Julian?
I wrote this maybe a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Probably you can share it with Rajesh. I mean, we'd love to see it on our group.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay.
Very beautifully worded.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
lot of metaphors, lot of realism.
Right. Sarai, you want to ask for seconds from anybody else?
Yeah. ओमकार जी कुछ है कुछ और
नहीं,
गहरी बातें और
not today.
कुछ पिघलती जिंदगी के बारे में
कुछ ऐसे व्यक्त विचार कुछ
नहीं, विचार की अगर बात करें तो at the beginning when there was a talk of what kind of novels one likes and one does not like, murder mysteries. So I was reminded of what Javed Akhtar said. Recently, I was going through his, listening to his interview, and he said that one should not only read classical things, one should read murder mysteries, one should read everything, because if you read only classical things, you may go dry.
Yeah.
Classical things, what happens?
I said one should not only read serious things, classical things. That is not what I am saying.
No.
Also,
what did he say? If you read classical things, you will
I
read?
said that one should not only read classical things and serious things. One should also read murder mysteries and comic books and things like that. Because if you don't read all kinds of things, you may go dry. This is what Javed Akhtar said.
you may get what
You may go dry. You may go dry.
Imagination may go dry, in other words.
okay you may go dry okay
Yeah.
dry
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people like Chetan Bhagat.
Oh, yeah. All right, we need to stop there. Okay, you wanna start winding up, Sarayu?
Yeah, I think before ending it, I would like you all to say one word which quickly comes to your mind when you listen to Ice Cream. So, Rajiv ji, we start with you.
Oh man, you got me in a spot out here. But after listening to so much of melting ice cream, rather than I think the word which comes to my mind is don't let it melt. Melt is what comes to my mind.
Okay. ओमकार जी कुछ आइसक्रीम सुन के क्या आता है आपके मन में ज़हन में क्या आता है
वही मेल्ट ही आता है क्योंकि अदरवाइज मैं आइसक्रीम को बहुत पसंद नहीं करता
अच्छा
तो कोई स्वीटनेस ऐसा कुछ नहीं आता
ओके
मेल्ट ही आता है
मेल्ट आता है ओके कुनिका जी
what comes to my mind is colors. I love the colors of the ice cream. It's like from green to turquoise, to that jamuni color, blueberry, mango, chocolate, almond, list is endless. I love the colors. I mean, if permitted in one scoop, I can have all the colors. I would love that.
Then Gunika ji would really like to just have a poem from you on different flavors of ice creams because like your colors couple.
Colors of ice cream, right?
Colors of ice cream pe aap likhiye kuch
with the scintillating tastes of ice cream.
Yeah, tactile, something very tactile and full of imagery.
Let me try.
Yeah.
And drool worthy.
Okay, Julian, what do you get in your mind when you listen to ice cream?
Chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Hey, you stolen my favorite flavor, Julian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jasbir ji.
Yummy and delicious. Delicious. That's what comes to my mind.
Kirat, are you there? I think he's not there. Ice cream. I don't know. Sweetness.
Sweetness.
Thank you, everybody, for.
Yeah.
You want
Okay.
to add something, Rajiv sir?
I'll just wrap up by saying thank you very much for joining us. And it was a lovely session as usual. Our next session is in person, but that is another thing altogether. Whoever can join, please join us on in-person sessions. End of the month, we will serve ice cream out there. And finally, do post the poems, a couple of poems which you thought were very good, Omkar, Julian, and then we can share it with our wider group. There are few people who send in the regrets, Saras, Sanjay, Charu, but I'm sure they will enjoy this recording and the poems. With that, thank you very much. Bye bye, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.